Live from the studios of NBC 12 and ABC 25, this is First Coast News at 11.
Take a look at these long lines in downtown Jacksonville tonight. All of these people were trying to get into City Hall for the final public hearing on Jacksonville's Human Rights Ordinance. Good evening and thank you for being here with us tonight at 11. I'm Anthony Austin. The HRO debate in the spotlight once again. So let's get right out to our reporter, Stephen Dial, who was there. He joins us live with what was said at tonight's meeting. Stephen.
Anthony, these are crowds that haven't been seen here at the Jacksonville City Hall in years. Hundreds of people in line just to get inside. It was so many people inside that tried to get inside that they had to have 3 overflow rooms, including 400 people watching via the internet in the library here downtown. Everyone here for one reason, for the HRO possibly expanding it to add LGBT rights. With all the opinions in the room, take a listen at the sights and sounds from tonight's meeting.
Tonight we've seen the City Hall be overran by the citizens to show democracy in action.
Our black communities are protected, our disabled communities are protected, our women are protected, but the LGBT community has no legal recourse if they are discriminated against, and it doesn't seem right to me.
This is not a bill for equal rights. This is a bill for special rights.
As a transgender woman, I feel as though it is important for me to do my best to society, and in order to fulfill that obligation, I want to be able to participate in all civil and business activities without having to fear discrimination.
I don't believe it's needed. Duval County is a wonderful city, and I don't think there's any need for it. And I think it's a city of love and acceptance.
If this were just 70 years ago, the makeup of this panel would be completely different. There are people sitting on this panel that legally could not sit on this panel 50 years ago. Today, look at the panel, look at where we've come, and all because people jumped up and down and said it wasn't right.
This bill will morph into larger things. It will become where the transgender men can go into women's bathrooms, and they can use that for criminal purposes for men who truly aren't transgender. And that's kind of what I'm against.
Now we have over 200 pastors who are supportive of HRO, and it becomes a matter of doing the right thing for God's people, all of God's people.
So what's next for the Jacksonville HRO? That meeting is still going on right now. By law, they have to end at midnight. There are still a lot of people who haven't given public comment. So by law, they have to have another public comment session sometime tomorrow. I'm hearing this might be at 9 a.m. After that, this bill is on a fast track. It will go to 3 committees. If it passes one of those committees, City Council will finally make a vote in 2017 on the HRO on February the 14th. Reporting live at City Hall, Stephen Dial, First Coast News.
Also at the City Council meeting, the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office said 85% of their equipment is old or outdated. A bill introduced tonight would allow the department to spend $2.7 million on new technology.
It'll allow us to stay on target with the pilot, which will be late spring, early summer this year, and again allow us to be able to buy body cameras in next year's budget for a certain percentage of the officers.
And officers say if this bill is not approved, officer safety and daily operations will be at risk. No word yet on when this bill will be discussed again. Well, in Jacksonville Beach, they're hoping to purchase some new badges, and those badges, they're going to come at a cost. I'm talking about $17,000. This is a rendering of the new badge. Police say it's more personalized and updated, and some in the community say it's a waste of money, but officials there tell us it's not a dime of that money coming from taxpayers. It will apparently come from money seized from criminals. And developing right now, a Hyde Park Elementary School teacher is under investigation here in Duval County. That teacher is accused of biting a student's ear. Tasia Johnson claims her 10-year-old son was having breakfast in the cafeteria when a teacher told him to remove his hood. Johnson says that teacher came from behind her son, pulled his hood off, and used a swear word. And that's when the teacher allegedly told the 10-year-old if he did not remove his hood, she was going to hurt him. Johnson says that's when the teacher bit her son.
This is crazy. I don't send my son here to get hurt by a teacher. by an educator. He's supposed to be safe here at school, and he's not, and he doesn't feel safe.
Johnson says she's not stopping until there is justice for her son. A Duval Schools spokesperson says the teacher has been reassigned to, quote, a non-school location until further notice. Florida Department of Children and Families is also investigating tonight. Well, the cost of your flood insurance could be going up in the near future, and well, for some of you, that price is going to go way up. Julia Janae is on your side tonight, trying to get answers for you. She is looking out for your wallet tonight. Julia.
That's right, Anthony. Flood insurance is not always a requirement, but if your mortgage is federally backed, FHA, VA, Freddie Mac, reverse mortgage, it's a requirement, and it costs an average of $700 per year, depending on where you live and if you're in a special flood hazard zone. And this FEMA coastal study that they say will change those floodplains maps hasn't been updated nationally in 40 years.
Flooding comes when you least expect it. And here on the First Coast, many of us experienced a harsh reminder of that firsthand. But FEMA's senior engineer, Mark Vieira, says flood map changes don't have anything to do with our recent storms.
Our Congress told us we needed to update the coastal maps, and that's what we're trying to do nationwide, the whole coastline of the country.
So what do the changes mean for you and me? Dana Lucas with FEMA Public Affairs walks me through the highlights.
See zones that are shaded blue here, those are areas that are still at a high risk of flooding.
Number one, find out if your zone has changed. You can attend a FEMA open house, go online, or contact your county's floodplain manager. Number two, FEMA specialists say you could be grandfathered in if you don't let your insurance lapse. So even if the map change would mean a higher insurance rate,
it's important to maintain that continuous coverage. And if the home is being sold, it can be rolled over to the new owner as well.
Number three, renters should consider flood contents coverage. Your landlord's flood insurance will cover the structure damage, but not your valuable items. And number four, even if you are in a low-risk zone.
Low risk doesn't mean no risk. Everyone's at a risk of flooding, especially in these coastal areas.
FEMA reps say between 20 and 25% of their claims annually are from people living in a low-risk area.
Now, that open house where specialists will go through what you can expect for your individual address will be tomorrow in downtown Jacksonville at the Ed Balt building from 4 to 7 p.m. Links to those preliminary maps are on our website at firstcoastnews.com. And to know exactly what your rate may be as far as insurance, you should talk directly with your agent. Lauren?
All righty, let's go ahead and take a look at your forecast. Right now, temperatures are cooling off nicely. We are already in the 50s in most spots. JIA 50 degrees. We're 50 at Waycross as well. However, Homerville and even Lake City, you guys are popping into the 40s already. We're going to see widespread 40s as we wake up on our Wednesday. Also, a bit of fog could be possible, but I'm thinking mainly along that I-75 corridor. So just a heads up for Lake City, even if you're heading down, maybe even Highway 301 to get down to Gainesville. I think we'll see some of that fog farther inland, but along the coast, just going to be a tad breezy. So you can see that fog developing by about 7 o'clock in the morning from Valdosta to Lake City to Gainesville, some possibly in Palatka as well, but we'll clear up really fast to nice sunshine by the afternoon hours. 77 degrees tomorrow, so if you can, get outside. Go even take that lunch break outdoors because we're going to see temperatures be cooling off as we head into the weekend. So Anthony, I'll break down rain chances and then when we could possibly see some frost that's coming up in just a bit.
Frost. All right. Thank you, Lauren. Ware County schools will be back open tomorrow. This is the first time that they have reopened since that deadly storm system moved through the southeast. School leaders say classes will start 1 hour after their normal time to help ensure students and staff get to school safely. The delay will also affect bus pickup times by an hour. Florida Governor Rick Scott will be in town tomorrow. He's making a stop in Jacksonville to talk about his effort to cut taxes. His visit is happening at About Floors and More. That's over on San Jose Boulevard. We're told he's going to be there at 9 Wednesday morning.
I'm mad. I'm angry because I can't do anything with it.
A local woman discovers her diploma isn't worth the paper it's printed on. Plus,
I think this part of the county maybe gets a little not the attention it should.
The Clay County Sheriff is talking with the people he serves tonight. We go along with him as he tries to resolve the problems in his community. We're back in just a few minutes.
Born from a devastating diagnosis.
We've looked at this, and it's a small, very aggressive cancer. So you start your whole crazy deals with God.
Donna Deegan's battle with cancer and the work of her foundation are well known. Behind every success story, there are untold tales of the moments which turned tragedy into triumph. The math major from Puerto Rico, who traded her calculator for a microscope.
Lives are being saved because of the research that has been done over the years.
The shy Navy brat who went from lazy kid to Olympian and world-class marathon trainer.
If you really want to make a difference, you have to jump in the game.
And the cancer patient who annoyed her doctor so much, he sent her away.
At a certain point, he just was exasperated with me.
First Coast News presents the untold stories of the trio who turned a cancer diagnosis into a world-changing mission.
I have no idea how much time I have left, but I will damn sure not be afraid.
Nobody had ever thought about dedicating a marathon to breast cancer.
She wants to defeat breast cancer.
I am absolutely convinced that we are going to have a cure for breast cancer.
Clay County has a brand new sheriff, and tonight he organized the county's first ever community walk. The people who live there say the new sheriff is moving in the right direction, but it's what he does next that will matter the most to them.
And especially the 17 years I've lived here.
Josh Dillenberry didn't waste any time sharing his concerns with Clay County Sheriff Darrell Daniels.
Because I have been one of those people who would call in, and doesn't seem like anything was getting resolved.
Dillenberry says the major concerns facing the people who live on Bay Hill Boulevard: speeding and drugs.
I think this part of the county maybe gets a little not the attention it should get.
Pleasure to meet you, sir.
Pleasure's all mine.
Thank you for
narcotics activity, traffic-related activity, and it's funny, those things have been corroborated by conversations with the neighbors, and they.
Daniels says his staff will follow up on the concerns from the people who live here to see if there is anything the Clay County Sheriff's Office can do.
The walk is an opportunity to engage.
The sheriff says this Tanglewood neighborhood was selected because of high crime stats.
It seems like I'm making about 2-3 minutes conversation per stop, so I'll try to get as much as I can in before nightfall, and people start getting nervous about police knocking on doors at that point.
Cool. As for Dillenberry, he believes the sheriff's walk is a step in the right direction.
It shows that he cares. Now again, he can do that. Now it's the words. Is he going to turn that into action?
We also asked the sheriff about body cams, and he said the staff is exploring the possibility of getting a grant to help underwrite the purchasing of those cameras. Sheriff Daniels says he would love the Clay County Sheriff's Office to go in that direction.
I can't get into any colleges that I've tried. No one would accept this diploma.
A Jacksonville woman has 2 words for anyone pursuing an online education: buyer beware. Ernestine Lawson recently graduated from First Coast Academy, which is an online high school, but Lawson says the diploma she paid for is being rejected by local colleges. We investigated First Coast Academy and found out it is not accredited. And turns out the Florida Department of Education does not require private schools to be accredited, just to be registered. Tonight, we're speaking with one man here on the First Coast who attended the inauguration of President Donald Trump. Our Honey Rodriguez had a chance to speak with him tonight. Honey.
That's right, Anthony. Not only did Derek Hankerson attend the inauguration, but he was asked to serve as a volunteer. He tells me, despite having attended several other inaugurations, this one was unlike any other.
By Donald John Trump.
It's like meeting the Queen of England. Congratulations, Mr. President. You feel like a 10-year-old kid. and you start pinching yourself. I can't believe I'm here.
Derek Hankerson, although not new to politics, says being a part of the 58th presidential inauguration was an experience he truly cannot put into words.
To see a business person become president of the United States, who never served in office before, who used his own money, and who had the American people's support, that's phenomenal.
Hankerson, who served as a volunteer for the swearing-in ceremony, also helped seat top funders of Trump's campaign.
Here's people who had helped Mr. Trump get to the dance, and not only did he dance with them, he brought them to his dance.
Hankerson says he admires the president's boldness and hopes to see small business flourish under Trump's administration.
I'm hoping that the investment into urban America leads to more business ownership by minorities and majority. This is a country that is built on the backs of small business and farmers.
And now we are looking only to the future.
President Trump's going to do what he said he's going to do, and we're going to hold his feet to the fire.
Derek also told me he hopes to have the opportunity to work for President Trump once again. In the newsroom, I'm Honey Rodriguez with First Coast News.
Well, let's get outside. Tomorrow we're going to have some nice sunshine across the area. And you know what? Why not play some rounds of golf if you have the chance to do so. Of course, it is a work day tomorrow, but we're going to be starting off cool in the lower 40s, then warming up into the upper 70s throughout the afternoon hours under nice, mostly sunny skies for the first half of the day. The second half of the day, you'll notice some clouds that'll be edging in from the west, but overall, we're going to see some nice conditions for your Wednesday. So head to the beaches, get outside, do whatever you can to soak up the warmth because it isn't going to be lasting any longer. We're going to be seeing cooling temperatures into the weekend and a shock to the system, especially by Saturday and Sunday. So Thursday, you're going to want to grab the umbrellas. We're going to see showers move in by midday, and that is the cold front that is bringing the much colder air that will want you to pull out the coats by Friday through Sunday. So if you want to head to the beach tomorrow, we've got warm temperatures, upper 70s for Jacksonville. Along the coast, we're going to be a touch cooler just thanks to those cool ocean temperatures are in the 60s still. High tide will be early in the morning around 6 and then early in the evening around 6 p.m. So much of the day, if you are out and about, it's perfect for the kids because it's low tide. They can play in all those little tidal pools and nice compact sand to run around. Sunrise will be at 7:21 in the morning, and we've got plenty of sunshine to go around throughout the day. Low risk of rip currents as well. We've got a light onshore flow, so it's flowing from the west and towards the east. And that results in very smaller waves, at least very calm conditions at the beaches for at least through tomorrow. Then we're going to see the winds pick up just a bit with that cold front rolling through and bringing in some much cooler air. If you are going to be outside in the sunshine, whether you're just going to be doing things out in the yard or if you're just going to be walking around the block, you're going to want to load up on the sunscreen if you're going to be out for longer than a half an hour because it is going to still have a higher UV index, especially still, even if we are in winter time. So the clouds etch in late tomorrow and into early Thursday. Then we see a round of showers roll through about 9 o'clock in the morning for southeast Georgia, and then about noontime for Jacksonville, through Keystone, through Gainesville. Then it moves farther to the south by 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon for Nocatee, St. Augustine, and Palatka, even down into Flagler County. But things will cool off in a big way as we head into Friday. And then look at the 7-day forecast. Quite a shock to the system for the weekend. We're talking possible frost by Saturday afternoon.
Hello, everybody. Ponte Vedra Sharks quarterback Nick Tronti took the suspense out of his recruiting campaign tonight, announcing he's flipping from UNC Charlotte to Indiana. Tronti made the announcement on his Twitter page, so let's get socially acceptable. His caption reads, "Hoosier Nation, I'm coming. Hashtag breakthrough. Hashtag who's your daddy?" I like that. Mr. Football saw his recruiting stock jump since the end of the season. Tronti had offers from Arizona, Hawaii, UConn, and Indiana. Tronti becomes the 22nd recruit in the Hoosiers class of 2017. The Florida State Seminoles finished last season with a thrilling victory over Michigan in the Orange Bowl. Today, FSU released its schedule for the football season, and let's take a look at some of the most notable games on the Noles schedule. They'll open against Alabama on September 2nd in Hotlanta. They'll face in-state rival Miami September 16th. 16th at the Doak. Then on October 21st, the Noles are at home against the Louisville Cardinals. FSU will hit the road to face the national champion Clemson Tigers November 11th, and they'll close out the regular season on the road against their rivals, the Florida Gators. Most of the NFL top executives and coaches are in Mobile, Alabama, checking out the top seniors. Both the South and North teams practice today. Bartram Trail alum Nathan Peterman, who played his college ball at Pitt, is there, and he got in some work. Here's Peterman with which NFL quarterback his game is most like.
I think I can extend the play a little bit more. We got a great O-line at Pitt, so sometimes the receivers aren't open. I think, Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers and Ben Roethlisberger-esque, I guess, and kind of extend the play and let them get open a little longer.
The Reebok Trojans are making a comeback. The Trojans have already matched their win total from a year ago with 16 wins. First-year head coach Claude Harrell is glad to be leading his alma mater. Harrell understands what basketball means to the folks over on the north side of Jacksonville, and with the pressing Lady Trojans contending for state titles year in and year out, the fellows want to be a part of that same conversation. Coach Harrell recently led his team to the Gateway Conference Tournament Championship, and he says experience has been key in this senior-heavy roster of finding their recent success.
We have a combination of a lot of things. We have size, we have speed, we have experience, we have 10 seniors on the team. The name speaks for itself, the running gun and Trojans, so we try to get up and down the floor as much as we can, but with a purpose.
Like Coach tell us every day, the end in mind, which is the state championship, is getting there. My first and final year. It just mean everything, that I came over here for a purpose and leaving on a good note.
Paxson visiting Terry Parker tonight, and Mr. Richardson, he's looking for the shot right here. Nope, the miss, but Eric Hill says, I got you, dog. Hill finished with 15 points, on the night. Let's get it to Glenn Brinson now. Under the hoop for two. Parker will go on to win this game big, 65-39. Providence hosting Atlantic Coast on the south side of Jacksonville, and they're jamming UAB commit Zachary Bryant with the alley. Oop, almost, but he's got the rebound and the putback. Stallions lead by 4. Moments later, how about some defense? Bryant with the steal and the jam. Oh, jam. He had 19 points. Providence will win this game 72-41. Let's stay on the south side, shall we? Menendez at Bowles. Bulldogs on the attack. Will Shepard with the kiss off of the glass. Bowles had it going on all day long. This time it's Josiah Johnson doing his thing. Bowles will go on to win this game 69-54. Hashtag team sideline.